Well, I guess we're doing Liberty Square and Frontier. So, we've got like the nice patriotic banners and stuff. So then we've got Franklin Printing Building, Army Barracks, George Washington's house, where I'm like, none of these are historically accurate, but I'm like, it just seemed fun to kind of fill up this area. Then we've got the Sleepy Hollow restaurant, which I don't have complete yet. And then Liberty Square actually has a ride, which is Ichabod Crane's Wild Ride, which is a reference to how The Legends of Sleepy Hollow and Mr. Toad's Wild Ride are usually together, so we have Ichabod Crane's Wild Ride. Or then you start out like in a schoolhouse and you'd leave through the forest, speeding along the track, and until you see a pumpkin, which then it's a speedily retreat back. And being the story of Sleepy Hollow, you need to cross the bridge and get into Hollow Ground. So the ride ends in the church, which has many different little Disney references, like because the windows are all themed after different Disney characters. Then we've got the generic restaurants like the Liberty Tree Tavern, which has 2 little dining rooms. And next door is Independence Hall and the Hall of Presidents, where we've got this little like front room which would have artifacts and information. Then we've got the stage. Then over this way is Frontierland, which will start with the Country Bear Jamboree, where we got a little stage, animal heads on the wall. Then we've got first little restaurant, the Golden Horseshoe Review, which has a much smaller stage compared to Tiana's Place, which I mentioned before, because I more viewed that as like the primary like stage like that, where that would just be supplement. And then we've got a little jail cell over here. Stupid door. Do I put like just county jail? Yeah. Then we've got the Mark Twain over here, which would go around the little Tom Sawyer Island, where I'm like, it's a tiny little steamboat. Where, see what I'm saying about the fort? Tiny. And we've got Johnny Appleseed's restaurant, where it mainly is just trying to hide the show building. Where, like, at least the show building's in here, I can at least hide in dirt, but that one, the fort is the best way to hide it. Then we've got Splash Mountain, which is partially decorated, if I remember correctly. And then, yeah, we gotta start out this way. And I'll start out like Brer Rabbit's house, going up to the story, if I remember, of Tar Baby. Yep. And with Brer, Fox, and Bear finally catching Brer Rabbit and convincing them to throw him into the briar patch, which is what this climb is for. Then we go down into the briar patch. I hate how this lags with that command. Okay, we got turned around. Then go back up, back into the hill, where here would be the zippity doodah scene and that kind of stuff, but I don't have it finished yet. And then I'm gonna have like an end Brer Rabbit scene there. And I don't think anything else, but I'm not sure. Then, guess we'll continue along this way, where put in some like stereotypical Native American teepees. And if I remember, We've got like a waterfall up here. Yep, from like referencing Pocahontas, but just kind of different. And then we've got an entry into the utilidors down here. And then the Frontierland train station, where here I definitely used earth to hide things and make it seem like a more natural landscape. And then the next ride is Big Thunder Mountain, which I took Big Thunder Mountain and threw in some Home on the Range references. So it's kind of like a mining, cattle farming version. Well, cattle wrangler, where we've got some like steam cars to reference like an older day of the mine when they would have used those, which I actually thought about at one point, using them to push the cars up the hill. But then, where this is all automatic ups and downs, that would actually need a person here all the time to make sure train's loaded with coal. And then, like, here's the main reference to Home on the Range, where Alameda Slim is hiding kidnapped cows inside of his base, inside of a mountain. Well, mesa, I guess, more. And then referencing to just how, in the end, there's TNT everywhere in pretty much every generic Western. And then you'd come out over here by a little patch of heaven, which, like, I didn't know if it would be a meet and greet for Home on the Range, but it's not really popular, or just a little, like, Toy Story Western meet and greet area. And then here's the backside of the Haunted Mansion, and a part of attraction, like an actual hotel inside, an idea I had in the park for being like the Niceland apartments, which would have like a Sugar Rush raceway around it. Then over here we've got a little raft to go over to Tom Sawyer Island, which has Aunt Polly's restaurant, and then some little caves and stuff inside this little mountain, which isn't much. And I guess I might as well show off all the Fantasyland over on this side, because there's not that much. But I guess we'll do the Haunted Mansion, where I've got a lot of little areas to fill. Where we've got Bloodmere Manor, which is a reference to the original idea for the Haunted Mansion. And then to the entryway. And unfortunately, not much of a stretching room, but it's a stretching room. So then the hallway just to get to the cars, which are here. Then we've got the infinite hallway, a little library, little spider room. Then it's supposed to be like Madame Leota in here. And then to the birthday party. I guess the ghosts are all on break. And then the mirrors, where you see someone in your cart. And actually going outside to the graveyard, which is kind of entertaining, seeing the Niceland apartments, but okay. And then we go back into the mansion through the greenhouse, which has a man-eating plant inside. Then you just exit back out into the front of the mansion. And then you can see the shell of the Niceland apartments. And then we've also got the shell of Small World across the street from Peter Pan's Flight, which is surprisingly finished. Could have actually just flew over those. And then start in the Darling's bedroom, and out the window and above the little model of London, where, like, we've got some nice little places. I thought, like, the Tower of London, London Bridge, Big Ben, yeah, is right below us. And then, supposed to be like Buckingham Palace over there. Kind of throwing in some of the, I guess, traditional London toury places. And then we come to the model of Neverland. Then from the model, we headed to the Jolly Roger, which would have like Hook and Peter fighting. And to after Hook, Peter Pan winning, and the ship's now gold and flying. Then we got Skull Rock and the Croc. And then just to end this side of Fantasyland on the carousel. And the back side of the castle. And then I guess next time we'll do Tomorrowland and the other few things in Fantasyland.